Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the second workshop for today. This workshop is hosted or presented by Ms. Hela المسند, Head of Export Development from Qatar Development Bank. Hela will talk to us today about international product certification, a topic that is of utmost importance to anyone looking to export and expand their products into international markets. The workshop will give us insights into the international product certification and how to access the international certification standards in accordance with international market standards and requirements. This session will be a presentation by Hela, followed by Q&A. If you want to ask a question, you can send it to us in the Q&A tab. So click on the Q&A tab, send your question. Please state the organization and title, and we will relay the questions to Hela, and she will gladly answer. Hela, thank you so much for being with us today, and I leave the mic to you now.
Thank you, Abdulaziz. Thank you for the introduction. So today I'll highlight our newly launched program that talks about the International Product Certification Support Program, relatively intended for manufacturers and exporters willing to expand their products in international markets. Before we start, I would like to give a brief about the Export Development Information Agency, what we do and what we offer. So the agency offers exporters knowledge about international markets as well as potential opportunities in which they can expand to. The agency focuses on two main streams: the development aspect, where we highlight or we develop the capability aspect of our clients, as well as look into markets and identify potential markets in which we should target for our customers. As for promotion focuses on two main aspects, which is the matchmaking as well as the participation in international exhibitions. I would like to, in the next presentation, you would understand further what the agency does, what's its main objective, as well as its mission. And it's a very short video. If you allow me, I'll just play that. And towards the end of the presentation, you can ask any other questions that you would like to highlight.
Qatar Export Development and Promotion Agency, TASDEER, was established in 2011 with the objective of developing and strengthening the private sector in line with the Qatar National Vision 2030, and with the aim of building a strong and diversified economy through the efforts of Qatari exporters in international markets and increasing the competitiveness of their products and services. Exporting products and services to new markets abroad is a natural way for SMEs to grow their business and diversify revenues. International expansion plays an essential role for diversifying and strengthening our national economy, but taking the first step towards internationalizing a business can be challenging. This is why QDB, through TASDEER, Qatar Export Development and Promotion Agency, is providing comprehensive support to Qatari business to promote their exports in international markets. Companies in the manufacturing and service sectors can benefit from a range of services, including market intelligence, analysis tools, and workshops. Market intelligence helps Qatari exporters to reach target markets. Market analysis tools help analyze information on global trade and the competitiveness of products or services. Workshops equip exporters with required capabilities to increase their export potential. Qatari exporters can also benefit from promotional tools provided by TASDEER, such as participation in priority international exhibitions to enhance access to global markets and promote their products and services abroad. Matchmaking events to discover new opportunities for trade and to work with suppliers from different countries. Exporters can use export financing tools to promote their products. Exporting requires an understanding of financial regulations, as well as standards and procedures. The TASDEER provides valuable assistance in this area. In order to provide protection to companies facing financial risks, TASDEER supports with pre-export financing to enable the export of products with ease and confidence. Export credit insurance to provide protection when entering new markets. Bill discounting facilities to enhance corporate cash flow. To learn more about Qatar Export Development and Promotion Agency, TASDEER, please visit www.qdb.qa. Qatar.
So going back to the main objective of today's session, which is the International Product Certification Program, I'd like to highlight what the program intends to achieve and what are the main objectives of launching the program. The whole purpose of having an International Product Certification Support Program for our exporters is we would like our exporters to meet international market certification standards and to ensure that the product line has been tested and qualifies according to international market standards and rating requirements, and also provides Qatari SMEs with a competitive advantage in entering international markets. The International Product Certification Support Program is open to all manufacturers and 51% Qatari owned companies. So in order for you to be eligible for this program, you need to have the following documents for the application. So the company should be registered in the state of Qatar, should have a valid CR, as well as an industrial license, an active business that has been in operations for at least 6 months, and as well as has the potential to export. So all these criteria will be subject to internal assessment and requirements based on Tasdeer strategy, based on the export potential of the specific product that you intend to acquire the certification for. So in order to apply for this program or this support program, you would require a set of documents in order to support your application. So you need to look at the laws and regulations of the destination country that you intend to acquire the certification for. You need to look at the technical standards of the destination that you intend to acquire a certification for, the procedures and documentary requirements of the project or the project owner, quotations from an accredited laboratory, along with an invoice and a signed contract. So the scope of work needs to be defined. So the accredited laboratory that you would get to submit your documents to QDB with should identify clear project deliverables as well as timeline to obtain the certification. We would like to also understand the market volume and estimation of acquiring such certification will allow the company or allow the exporter to get hold of. So if there is any similar certifications from the local market or from and other international markets that would support your application. So these are the initial requirements Tasdeer would require from you when submitting your application. What would QDB cover in terms of cost? So there are 3 main streams which QDB would cover when you apply for this application. So the first phase of the project would be the laboratory and testing fees, ensuring that the product complies with the standards and the regulations of the country you'd like to acquire the certification for. The project fees, which includes the cost of audit, witnessing and testing and creating the certification file. There are another cost that QDB would acquire was basically the annual fees to retain the certification for the service providers, ensuring that this certification would ensure that the company or the exporter would still has a market share and still gets access to business opportunities by obtaining the certification. This is the overall objective of the International Product Certification Program. I would like to also invite everyone to visit tasdeer.qdb.qa to understand more about the financing scheme. How will QDB finance you, and what are the required application requirements needed in order for you to submit this application? At the end of the day, if we receive an application through the portal, your assessments will be done and will be further understand your needs and understand your requirements as a company. So thank you, Abdulaziz. This is, I think we can open up the floor for the questions.
Thank you, Hala. That's very insightful. And I think we have our first question from Mr. Rami Al-Ali. Rami says that he's the export sales director of Ocean Fish Seafood Manufacturer in Doha. and he would like to start the export to Saudi Arabia, where they believe they have a lot of potential. So his question is that one of the requirements is for their factory to be approved by SFDA, but the problem is that SFDA does not have any food control authority or compete authority in Qatar, and that is a must to pass the process of registration of factory with SFDA. As this control authority should inspect our factory according to SFDA regulations and approve us. What is the solution? And how come SFDA does not have any compete control authority in Qatar? Is that something that we can answer?
Yes. So I think my reply to Rami would be is that if the FDA in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia requires certain certification requirements to comply with their standards and regulations, then there is a third-party company which needs to be hired in order to assess and further validate whether ocean fish is subject to meet the requirements of entering the Saudi market. So FDA plays a very critical role in terms of, especially with the F&B sector. So I don't know if the product certification is the right tool for them, because at the end of the day, if there is a testing requirements to comply with a certain certification standard, then the international product certification tool would help, but the FDA regulations should be listed as part of the approved vendors in Saudi Arabia in order for him to start trading or operating in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. I think Rami, if it would be possible, if he can reach out to us, and we'll be able to assist him in further.
Excellent, thank you, Hela. Another question from Muhammad Amran Sheikh from Q Plastics. The question is, for lab testing, is quotation enough, as invoice can be provided only after testing is done?
So they can provide us with initial quotation as well as the scope that the certification is covered, and the reimbursement would be done after the delivery of the certification.
Great, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Do we have any more questions for Hela?
And I think, Abdulaziz, I would urge everyone to visit tasdir.qdb.qa, as it covers our future calendar of events as well as future workshops, along with our new offerings. So I think it's a one-stop shop for our exporters to explore.
Great, that's very helpful. And if Rami or anyone else would like to get in touch, what is the best way? What are the channels to get in touch with your team? So
either through our call center and they'll be diverted to us, or by registering. I think Rami is already a company that deals with Tasdir, so we'll be able to reach with him after this workshop.
Great. From Muhammad Amran Sheikh, we have a follow-up on the question. He's saying only one test witnessing is covered.
Sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Only one, Amran Sheikh is saying that only one test witnessing is covered.
Only one test. So is Amran referring to the fact that we're only covering one test witnessing?
Yes. Yes.
The company can apply for multiple certifications as long as they provide a clear justification of how this certification will add value to their company growth internationally. But there is a certain cap that QDB will support. So the certification or the laboratory testing fees should not exceed. So I would also invite Imran to go visit tasdir.qdb.qa, and there will be further information on QDB financing scheme.
Great. I hope that clears your question, Mr. Sheikh. And do we have more questions? It seems that the presentation was clear enough, that information is sufficient. And as Hala said, we encourage everyone to go to tasdir.qdb.qa. There's a wealth of information on the website. Hopefully it will clarify a lot of the process. And if you still need any support, or if you want to move into actions, Hala and her team are available and willing to support. So I would like to, I think, we have a question, or rather a comment. Ahmed Masri is asking if we can share the presentation to the emails that used to register to the workshop.
I would also invite Ahmed to check the website. So the presentation only gives an overview, but the website covers a detailed description of the product itself. And he can also contact us and we'll provide him further information.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
More questions from Mohammed Amran.
Okay.
We make plastic jerry can, and it needs to be tested in Singapore by TUV or for UN certification. Is it possible to get reimbursement for our staff to witness?
For their staff to travel?
Yes, it seems like this is the question.
The product certification support program only covers the certification cost, but does not cover any other expenses.
Muhammad Amran, as Hala said, I encourage you to probably take this a step further and get in touch with the team at tasdir.qdb.qa through the website, through the contact channels there, and I'm sure that you will get the help and support needed. Faisal Al-Imadi says, thank you, Hala, well done. And I second that. It was a very insightful presentation, and the answers are very clear and straightforward. If we don't have any more questions, then again, we reiterate that visiting the website is a must to anyone looking to benefit from QDB's export facilities and expertise to support growing your business and expanding your product presence internationally. And for now, I would like to thank Hela. Thank you so much for your time, for the effort, and for sharing the information with us. And I will be with you again at 1 o'clock with Mr. Ibrahim Assad, export research specialist in Qatar Development Bank, to talk to us about GS1 Qatar standard and how it can benefit your business.
Thank you, Abdulaziz, and thank you everyone for attending.
Thank you so much, Hala. Have a good day.
You too. Thank you.